Fridays are for football. This is Sports Down Friday Night, sponsored by Whataburger, your community health mart pharmacy, and Regenesis. Now your hosts, Mo Carter, Nick Kuzma, and Simon Williams.
Hey sports fans, and welcome to a special edition of Fox 54's First Down Friday Night right here on Fox 54 Plus alongside Nick Kuzma, Mo Carter, and Nick. It's week 9 of the high school football season, week 8 of the college season, and we're talking about we're in a scenario where everybody's got to get victories if they want to extend their season later on.
Yeah, playoff hopes very much on the line starting this week. It actually kind of started last week, and really it's happening all throughout region play, at least in terms of the high schools. But when you got 1 or 2 region games left and you got region titles on the line, the ante, so to speak, is up even more. And on the college level as well, we got teams that are jockeying for position to hope to maybe get to a conference title game, or just to, if you're like Alabama, hope to maybe get in the playoff with 2 losses.
Absolutely. And speaking of Alabama, we'll talk about them in just a second, but let's hook the people up with what's on the table of content. The 83rd edition of the Magic City Classic takes place this weekend, and there's a lot on the line for Alabama A&M and Alabama State. We've got a preview coming up shortly. Plus, the UNA Lions are still in contention for a UAC championship. Can they knock off another top 25 opponent on the FCS level? We'll talk to Coach Dearman about that in the upcoming minutes.
Alabama and Auburn look to bounce back from their tough losses last week. We'll see how they stack up against Mizzou and Kentucky. Plus, Kanisha Dees will provide part 2 of the inside look with the Alabama A&M marching maroon and white, and we'll have highlights from week 9 of the high school football season. Lots of postseason spots and region titles were on the line tonight. It's rivalry week for Alabama A&M as the Bulldogs prepare to play in the 83rd Magic City Classic. The rivalry between Alabama A&M and Bama State dates back to 1924, and the first official classic was played at Legion Field in 1940. With the exception of a hiatus during World War II, the game's been played uninterrupted for about 80 years, and the Bulldogs lead the all-time series. A&M head coach Connell Maynor won his first 4 matchups versus the Hornets, but ASU has won the last 2 classics, a trend he's eager to change.
We want to stop the streak and start another streak for ourselves. So this would be a great time to do it. It's not going to be an easy task. As you say, they was picked to win outside. They only have 1 loss. They still got a good football team. It's a classic, and it's Alabama State versus Alabama A&M. It's going to be a great football game.
Of course, that was Coach Maynard talking to us on Tuesday. Well, on Wednesday, there was just so much happening down I-65 as Magic City Classic Week continues between the Bulldogs and the Hornets. Reps from both teams were in the Magic City on Wednesday for the annual press conference. And in the process, there was some trash talking. Head coaches Eddie Robinson Jr. and Connell Maynard tried to outshine each other on the microphones early on.
And I know Maynard was a little bit late because he was drawing up a couple more plays. He's an offensive guy, and they always got one more play. And he brought his talented quarterback with him, and I know he got a couple more plays too. And so, but we know we're a defensive team, so styles makes fights. So it's going to be a great game from the standpoint that Maynard wants to score 50 points, and I want to win 3-2. So we're going to be on opposite sides.
We want to win the Classic. Bragging rights for a year. Eddie had him for the last 2 years. So, Eddie, you had it long enough, bro. You had it long enough. You're a good man. You're a good coach. But it's time to bring it back home. We got to bring the trophy back to Huntsville. Okay? It's all right. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. You just keep fighting.
Now, when the players hit the field, we'll see one of the top offenses in the SWAC against one of the top defenses in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Alabama A&M ranks in the top 3 in total yards and scoring, while Alabama State is in top 3 of just about every defensive stat known to man. Xavier Langford and DeMarcus Cunningham grew up near Birmingham and attended this game on a yearly basis before going to their respective schools. They talked about the importance of getting a victory on Saturday.
It means a lot every year, knowing that I'm having a lot of people at the game. Knowing I'm having a lot of people at the game, and just little things like that. You know, it's year 5, and I just really want to go out the right way. That's the most important thing to me. That's what it means to me.
To be able to play in this game is great, man. Like I said, I growed up going to this game. To be able to play in it is fantastic. Fantastic to showcase my talents in front of the city of Birmingham and for my family and for my institution.
Of course, it's always great to get a second opinion from the insiders who cover games just like we do.
This week, we'll check in with Darian Gray of Locked on HBCU for his breakdown of the Magic City Classic.
Alabama A&M is looking to keep their offensive momentum going against Alabama State in the Magic City Classic. Now, over the last 8 quarters, you've seen Alabama A&M's offense shoot off. Like Alabama A&M's offense over the last 6 quarters, Alabama A&M's offense has scored 84 points. And it started off with a really strong second half surge by the Bulldog offense against Jackson State. And they didn't stop there. They then went against Bethune-Cookman. The thing here is Alabama State is not Bethune-Cookman. This is a significantly better defense that you're going to be facing. Matter of fact, you're facing the best defense in the SWAC. So you're looking at the team that is first in total yards defensively, first in scoring defense, first in rushing yards allowed defensively, second in passing yards allowed. They're great in every single statistical category. You're looking at third in sacks, even though Alabama A&M does not allow a lot of sacks. So that'll be an interesting one to look at, specifically with Traycon Thomas. So, but you're looking at this matchup of a surging offense under Xavier Langford, who over the last 2 games had 315 yards versus Bethune-Cookman. He had 315 yards versus Bethune-Cookman, 245 yards versus Jackson State. Over the last 2 weeks, Xavier Langford has accounted for over 600 total yards and 8 touchdowns. He's been on fire since stepping into the starting lineup and leading them at the quarterback position. This game has SWAC East ramifications. Like, people are watching. And I understand that for some, it may feel like, why are you still on this Alabama State hype train? I don't even know if I'm on the hype train or if I'm just watching the hype train. But I do think it still exists. I do think that there's still a team to monitor. I know that the Andrew Body injury and the Jonah O'Brien injury and then was it Zach Sim? No. Yeah, no. I can't remember who it was. They had 2 freshmen. One got hurt, and then one ended up getting benched, and now you're playing with a wide receiver who was a quarterback in high school. I understand that there's a lot of reasons for me to hop out here and not be not have any kind of belief in Alabama State, but the defense is too good. The defense is too good for me to sit around here and just be like, yeah, nah, they ain't got no kind of chance, because the defense can keep you in any single game. So until they lose, if they lose, I'm going to keep watching, because a win against Jackson State would mean a whole lot of things for JSU, a whole lot of things for FAMU, and a whole lot of things for Alabama State.
The 83rd edition of the Magic City Classic set to kick off on tomorrow at 2:30 at historic Legion Field. The game will also air nationally on ESPNU.
Staying at the FCS level, North Alabama has a golden opportunity in front of them on Saturday. If Brent Dearman and company can knock off Central Arkansas, then the Lions will remain in competition for the UAC crown. The Bears squeaked out a victory over West Georgia and are in the same boat as UNA when it comes to conference standings. Coach Dearman expects a war on Saturday.
Now you have to treat every game like a playoff game. It's sitting at 3-1. You can't afford probably another loss. So this game against UCA, they know is a big one. They've gotten locked in and focused this week. They understand we got to stop the run. We've got a very talented running back coming here that we got to stop this week. And we got to take care of the football.
4 games in SEC play, 4 losses for Auburn. It's a movie that Tiger fans probably feel like is on repeat right now. Auburn leads in the 4th quarter, then they blow it and lose. That exact scenario has now happened 3 times in the last 4 games for Auburn. Last week, the Tigers led number 19 Missouri by 11 points entering the last frame, but Mizzou scored on the first play of the quarter, later went on a 17-play, 95-yard TD drive, and all 4 fourth-quarter Auburn drives ended in a punt or turnover on downs.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. I've said it before. I remain confident in the staff and our players, and just continue to trust the process of what we're becoming through the challenging times, and hopefully the results will start to show sooner than later. I know they're coming, and no one wants to see the Auburn family and our players get to enjoy that more than myself.
Staying in the SEC, a pivotal game is taking place an hour west of the Magic City Classic, and that's an SEC battle between top 25 squads, Alabama and Missouri. Both the Tide and Tigers are coming off of nail-biters. Mizzou over Auburn, while Alabama fell to Tennessee. Missouri is making only their second trip to Tuscaloosa ever. The first was just 6 years ago. And the Tigers enter T-Town on Saturday as a 13-point underdog. Coach Eli Drinkwitz explained why his team will have to play a near flawless game at Bryant-Denny Stadium to get a victory and keep their playoff hopes alive.
Defense, special teams, fast, talented team. And it will be a tremendous challenge, but we accept the challenge. This is going to be a challenge for our team to not focus on all the reasons why we can't. We got to focus on the reasons why we can, and we have to play it one play at a time. This is going to be really important to lean into our this play philosophy and not worry about the scoreboard or worry about previous plays or next play's disappointments. We got to play the life of this play as hard as we possibly can.
Focusing now on the Tide, Alabama has 2 losses on its record before November. For the first time since 2007, UA fell at the hands of Tennessee 24-17, marking 2 straight trips to Knoxville that ended in defeat, a field storming, and the goalposts being taken down. In a 12-team playoff era, Alabama may still be alive with 2 losses, but 5 more regular season games loom, including that match we're talking about right now with ranked Missouri this weekend. Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer was complimentary of the Tigers and says the focus can't be on rankings or standings, but rather just this week's opponent.
I already heard in the locker room from our players, they understand the big picture is one thing. In order to make the big picture relevant, we have to take care of what's in front of us, and we got to continue to, do what championship teams do, build on championship caliber teams do, build on your belief, build on your, just intensity in everything that you do, and then just have some grit.
And the guy who the field at Bryant-Denny Stadium is named after was in the Magic City this week. Nick Saban visited the Monday Morning Quarterback Club in Birmingham and fielded a few questions from the media. One of those questions was, how would Nick Saban, the now College Game Day analyst, analyze Alabama?
I don't really analyze Alabama. I never take the lead. I'm a fan now, so I think the message that I would give to everybody is the most important thing that all of us can do as fans for Alabama is to be supportive and support the program, support the players, support the coaches.
All right, everyone, so here's your Saturday slate. Magic City Classic kicking off at 2:30. Of course, that game's on ESPNU. At the same time, Alabama and Mizzou will go head-to-head at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
While UNA is trying to keep their UAC championship hopes alive, they take on Central Arkansas at 4 p.m. on ESPN+, and Auburn travels to Kentucky for a 6:45 p.m. kick with the Wildcats on SEC Network. Now, Fox 54 is your home for a Big Noon Saturday. Here's Joel Klatt for a breakdown of the Big Noon kickoff game.
Our Big Noon Saturday game is Nebraska on the road at Ohio State. Now, Ohio State was off last week after that loss to Oregon, so they will be focused and ready to go, chomping at the bit. This is a team that did not run the football particularly well against the Ducks. They'll be looking to fix that. And they did not rush the passer particularly well against the Ducks. They'll be looking to fix that against the team in Nebraska that lost to Indiana in dramatic fashion last week by 49 points. So Nebraska, they've got to get this thing together before they go face the talented Buckeyes.
Thanks, Joe. We had some midday CUSA action. Jacksonville State hosting Middle Tennessee. First drive of the game, Nicholas Valladato passed to Holden Willis. 61-yard touchdown right there. And Middle Tennessee's on top 7-0. Ensuing drive, same score. Tyler Huff fakes the handoff and runs it up the middle for a 49-yard touchdown. Jacksonville State has tied the ball game up at 7 apiece. In the third quarter, Gamecocks get things cooking. Trey Stewart gets things going on the handoff, and then he will make a house call, 65 yards on the touchdown. And, well, actually, he will get tripped up. I'm getting ahead of myself, everybody. So that will lead to this. It'll be Huff finding Michael Pettaway in the end zone for a score in Jacksonville State, now on top, 21-10. Fourth quarter now, Jacksonville State up 35-20. Andrew Paul taking the handoff, and guess what? He's going to run down the sideline and get into the end zone right there. Big second half for Jacksonville State. They beat Middle Tennessee by a final score of 42-20. All right, boys and girls, the Fox 54 sports team is on social media. Follow yours truly at Mo Carter Fox 54. You can follow Nick Kuzma at Nick P. Kuzma, and also follow Simon William at Simon H.F. Williams. We haven't done this in a long time, so if you shoot us a tweet between now and about 11:29:25, we may read it out later on air right here on First Down Friday night on Fox 54+. All right, we're just getting started on the special edition of First Down Friday night. We'll dive into some high school football action and see which teams are heading to the postseason. Lots of great action coming up. And Jordan, I heard there's some great weather.
It may be the last weekend of October, but it's definitely not going to feel like it. If you're going to go watch any number of college football games, definitely going to be on the warmer end of the spectrum. We'll talk about it in just a couple of minutes.
Fox 54+ is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Get the latest scoop on Bama straight from the coach's mouth. Stream the Kalen DeBoer Show anytime on Fox 54+. Live, local, and always on.
You're not a number or a diagnosis. You're a person with unique health needs. And you deserve a community pharmacy that provides personalized care and budget-friendly prices. We're here to help you reach your health goals so you can feel your best and keep doing what you love. Visit us and experience the difference your Community Health Mart pharmacy can make. Here, we take the time to listen and care.
Joint pain doesn't have to be a part of aging. If you long for the days of being more physically active, Regenesis can help.
Regenesis is a medical facility focused on regenerative medicine. Much of what we do is help folks heal their joints so they don't have to face joint replacement and keep them healthy along into the twilight years.
Free yourself of joint pain with Regenesis Gold Standard Stem Cell Therapy. Call or click today to make your appointment with Dr. Charles Lee.
Whataburger's new Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double.
Sounds like a 5-alarm fire.
Not really, Frank. The jalapeno cream cheese, jalapeno ranch, and pickled jalapenos give it a pleasant heat.
So like a 4-alarm?
Nope. It's a delicious controlled blaze.
Like a little kitty stuck in a tree alarm.
Nah, hotter than that. Let's say the 2.5 alarm Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double. I think the pole's broken.
New Whataburger Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double. It's just a little hot.
Sunday on Fox 54 and Fox 54+, we've got even more sports debriefing for you. Sports Extra airing at 10 p.m. right here after Fox 54 News at 9. That's followed by the man himself, Kalen DeBoer, breaking down this week's game against the Missouri Tigers. You know, that's a top 25 battle right there in T-Town. Following that, we've got the Alabama A&M Football Review Show with head coach Connell Maynor and host Ted Dixie. They'll recap the 83rd edition of the Magic City Classic. And if you don't already have Fox 54+, it's free and available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. All right, welcome back. In just a few moments, we'll roll out some of that high school football from Week 9. But first, we'll check in with Kanisha Dees and Jordan Dressman. They've got the news and weather updates from the evening.
Thank you, Mo. Here are your top 3 stories on Fox 54 News. A local apartment complex is under fire for the conditions of multiple units. The Kensington off University Drive has multiple residents who say conditions there are unbearable. Mold, collapsed ceilings, and plumbing problems are what they tell us. We reached out to Kensington management and are waiting to hear back. The Athens Limestone Farmers Market has reopened after $800,000 in renovations, along with the new name. The Athens Farmers Market at Doug Gates Park saw a refurbishment to existing buildings, ADA compliance fixes, and a new pavilion. Huntsville Animal Services is asking for your help. The shelter is declaring a state of emergency and needs you to adopt a dog. Huntsville Animal Services said they are afraid they will have to make life-threatening decisions that would affect the animals if the numbers aren't reduced. Fees are waived for dogs for more than 6 months old. This will run through Monday afternoon. Let's get a check-in on weather with Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
Another weekend of great college football is upon us, and in many cases, it is not at all going to feel like it is the last weekend of October. A very good evening to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. In many cases, it's not going to feel like it's the last weekend of October, but maybe you're driving up to Lexington tomorrow to watch Auburn take on Kentucky. In that case, It is actually going to feel like fall. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-60s in Lexington, Kentucky, right around 64 degrees. A mostly cloudy sky, but it does look like they are going to be dry. Alabama is back home in Tuscaloosa. There, it is going to feel like summer. Not at all like the last weekend of October. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures sitting in the mid and upper 80s. Got a high temperature right around 87 degrees. UNA playing over in Arkansas, Conway, Arkansas, to be exact. Going to be just a touch on the warm end of the spectrum, a bit above average by Arkansas standards in late October. A little more cloud cover. Temperature sitting in the mid 70s, right around 74 degrees. Alabama A&M is, of course, going to be in the Magic City tomorrow afternoon. They're going to play some fantastic football. Temperatures sitting in the mid-80s, 84 degrees. The big noon kickoff from Columbus, Ohio, my home state. Temperature's going to be in the lower 60s, right around 61 degrees. Back home across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, the 7-day forecast looks like this. 80 degrees on Saturday, slight chance of rain across the Tennessee Valley. 77 on Sunday. We stick with the lower 80s through all of next week. 82 degrees next Thursday for Halloween.
Now, First Down Friday night game of the week.
Hey everybody, now is the portion of the show that you've all been waiting for, high school football. We'll get the game of the week in a few moments. However, we'll talk some postseason spots because those were the things that were on the line across the entire viewing area. We'll start in Region 4 of Class 7A. Austin, they're your region winner, so they're sitting pretty. But after that, it's James Clemens, Sparkman, Bob Jones, and Florence. That's 4 teams vying for 3 spots. And for Bob Jones, they're on the outside looking in heading into tonight, so they needed a victory and then they needed to play the waiting game. Under the lights of Madison City School Stadium, we go. Battle between the Huntsville Panthers and the Patriots we have. Panthers on top 7-0 in the first quarter. It's 3rd down. Bob Jones looking for a first down. Johnny Jackson swings it over to Reese Darcy, and watch Mr. Darcy fly down the field. He's untouched for the long score. Extra point was up and it was good. Bob Jones on top. Well, they get on the scoreboard and now make it 7-7. After a 3-and-out by Huntsville, Patriots go back to work. Caleb Sanders getting the handoff, cuts it back right, and then he's making a house call. 40 yards for a Bob Jones touchdown. Bob Jones now on top, 14-7. Now, after the first drive, Huntsville's offense, they were just very stagnant. Check out Will Carter right here. Steps back to pass, throws across the middle, and no one is there. So that would be forced upon as Coach White looks on. Bob Jones on the move again. It's 3rd down. They're looking for a first down, and it'll be Jackson, a former first down MVP of the week, connecting on the quick slant to Colton Wood. First down. Let's move those chains. Moments later, Jackson can't find anyone open, so he's just going to scramble and use his legs, calling his own number, and jumps into the end zone. 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. Patriots on top. Bob Jones goes on to win by a final score of 54-14. Next week, Bob Jones will take on, Huntsville takes on Lee. Bob Jones will have a bye. But will Bob Jones be in the playoffs? Well, we'll find out because of this game. Florence taking on Sparkman. Second quarter action, Florence up 20-0. Kay Davis hands it off to Kalon Tripley. Tries to find some space, but he is brought down by the Senators. It'll be 3rd down now, and it'll be Kay Davis coming up, trying to get it into the hands of Carter Grays before it's knocked away by Jaden Chambers. So that would set up this. A short field goal attempt. It is up, and it is good for the Falcons. So they now are on top by 13. Sparkman trying to get on the board right before the half. Zayden Bodner gets it into the hands of Nathaniel Davis. He pushes through a wall of defenders and eventually picks up a nice gain. Then it'll be Bodner with the keeper trying to just find some open space, cuts it back, but then it'll be nothing doing there. He doesn't really go too far, even though he breaks a tackle there. Now, 4th down. Sparkman's got to get into the end zone. They go for it. They hand off Jabari Davis, and he is stuffed by that interior of that Florence line. Florence was up 13-0. Check out your final score. Florence goes on to win by a final of 13-2, so that works out in the favor of Bob Jones. Next week, Florence will take on Oxford. Sparkman, they'll have a bye. James Clemens, they went on to win easily over Albertville tonight by a final of 42-6. Next week, James Clemens will take on Homewood out of the Birmingham area, while Albertville will take on Gunnersville. Now here's a look at the playoff rankings in Region 4 Class 7A after tonight. As we told you, Austin sitting pretty, so they're good. James Clemens gets the 2nd spot with the 5-2 record and also the head-to-head victory over Florence. Florence checks in now at number 3, and because Sparkman lost tonight, Bob Jones gets the 4th spot. So your 4 teams going to the playoffs are Austin, James Clemens, Florence, and Bob Jones. Congrats to all. We move on to another intense matchup between Geraldine and Fife. You know these two rivals. They're only separated by a few miles on a highway. Tonight, the region title was on the line. Of course, Fife rocking the black jerseys. You know it's a big deal when Benefield tells them, put on the black for tonight. Early on, it's Bulldogs ball. They are struggling to get past the 50-yard line as John Beck passes the ball off to Jordan Langford. He can't pick up anything against that black shirt defense of Fife. Now, nearing the end of the first quarter, it'll be Red Devils ball. Logan Anderson getting the rock and the Clemson commit. Nice stiff arm right there, and he wants the end zone, and he's into the end zone for a score. He puts Fife on top, 7-0. How many times have we said Logan Anderson, Fife touchdown over my career here? It's been a lot, everyone. I think there's a few more touchdowns in his future. Game now in the final minutes of the second quarter, and once again, it's Fife's ball. It'll be Blake Dobbins onto the field, hands it off to who else? Logan Anderson, and Anderson's gonna cut back across the field and find in the end zone for another touchdown right there. He puts Fife on top, 14-0 as our cameras were leaving the game. Let's check out your final score from out that way. It's nothing but Fife. Fife claims another region championship. Your final score, 42-7, Fife over Geraldine. Next week, Geraldine, they'll take on Douglas, while Fife, they'll have a bye before they prepare to make a run through the playoffs.
Coming up on the other side of the break, it's our First Down Friday night game of the week. Randolph taking on North Jackson. That's next on Fox 54's First Down Friday night.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Go inside Bulldog football with Coach Connell Maynor. Stream Alabama A&M football review anytime on Fox 54 Plus.
Joint pain doesn't have to be a part of aging. If you long for the days of being more physically active, Regenesis can help.
Regenesis is a medical facility focused on regenerative medicine. Much of what we do is help folks heal their joints so they don't have to face joint replacement and keep them healthy along into the twilight years.
Free yourself of joint pain with Regenesis Gold Standard Stem Cell Therapy. Call or click today to make your appointment with Dr. Charles Lee.
Whataburger's new Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double.
Sounds like a 5-alarm fire.
Not really, Frank. The jalapeno cream cheese, jalapeno ranch, and pickled jalapenos give it a pleasant heat.
So like a 4-alarm?
Nope. It's a delicious controlled blaze.
Like a little kitty stuck in a tree alarm.
Nah, hotter than that. Let's say the 2.5 alarm Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double. I think the pole's broken.
New Whataburger Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double. It's just a little hot.
You're not a number or a diagnosis. You're a person with unique health needs, and you deserve a community pharmacy that provides personalized care and budget-friendly prices. We're here to help you reach your health goals so you can feel your best and keep doing what you love. Visit us and experience the difference your Community Health Mart pharmacy can make. Here, we take the time to listen and care.
Welcome back, everyone. As we've been mentioning all night to you, playoff spots and region championships were on the line for so many of our teams this evening in the Tennessee Valley. Out in Stevenson, Alabama, the truth would be told tonight for a situation in one of our local 4A regions. See, Randolph and North Jackson, they played tonight with a home playoff game on the line and basically a share of that region title on the line. And then after that, things kind of trickle down, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But Simon Williams, he was on assignment for that game. He went to Stevenson, and he's got more from that contest.
Now, First Down Friday night game of the week.
Our First Down Friday night game of the week brought us to Stevenson, where North Jackson hosted Randolph in a matchup of teams tied atop Class 4A Region 8 standings. The winner would clinch a home game in the first round of the state playoffs. Let's get to those highlights.
Randolph gets the ball first and has what looks like a brief opening drive. On 4th down near midfield, they'd set up a punt, but it's a fake. William Mitchell takes it himself and runs for a first down. The Raiders are fired up, and they'd make the most out of the next play. Mitchell takes the snap, fires deep. It's caught by his brother Walker Mitchell for the touchdown. Raiders take a 7-0 lead with 9:37 to go in the first quarter. Now North Jackson would respond on their first time with it. After a big run put him in scoring position, it'd be Diego Holt finishing it off with a big run of his own. He'd sprint down the sideline 50 yards for the score. The extra point is good. We've got a tie game at 7 with 3:30 to play in the opening frame. Randolph's defense would make the next big play when in the second quarter, Tyler DiOrio picks off a deep pass from Creed Richardson in the end zone, and the Raiders take over with momentum. On the first play of the new drive, some more trickeration. It's a handoff to a man in motion, but that becomes a passing play when Noah Gaunt chucks it deep to Walker Mitchell, who's wide open. He makes the catch at about the 30 and doesn't look back, going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. 14-7, our score. Now, Diego Holt would be the hero on the next 2 North Jackson drives, finishing off long drives in the red zone each time with rushing touchdowns of his own. He'd personally score 12 of the next 14 points to help his team to a 21-14 lead at the half. After an action-packed second half, let's take a look at your final score.
Still got one more next week, but we're going to enjoy this one. Kids worked extremely hard, and it's a great day to be a Chief. Everything we do going 1-0 every day. You know, we're going to celebrate tonight, enjoy it tomorrow, come back to work on Sunday, and just work on going 1-0 every day. Showed the guts of these seniors. They've been through a lot, and they were freshmen when I first got the job, and it's been a rough road, but they stuck to it. They bought in. They believed in the coaching. They believed in what we're building here. I'm just super proud of them.
Next week is the regular season finale for both teams, as Randolph takes on New Hope while North Jackson faces DAR. In Stevenson, Simon Williams, Fox 54 Sports.
All right, thanks, Simon. Madison Academy and Plainview also playing in that region. They're playing a de facto elimination game tonight for the postseason. There you see legendary coach Dale Pruitt roaming the sidelines. Mustangs up 10-7, knocking on the door. Josh Williams bounces it outside, and he's into the end zone to extend the lead for Madison Academy. They're now on top 17-7 as Jeremy Pruitt talks to his team. Ensuing kickoff now, Mustangs kicking it over to Owen Hope, and watch Mr. Owen go all the way down to the Mustangs 30-yard line. Bears looking good with 1 minute left to play in the half. Now Bears with a golden opportunity. Trey Rutledge takes off. He's got green grass in front of him, but then the turf monster trips him up inside the 5-yard line. So Rutledge and company, they've got to run some quick plays in this last 30 seconds. Rutledge now stepping back to pass, rolls to the right, throws it back to an eligible lineman. That's right. He can catch the ball, and he is knocked out of bounds with 2 seconds to go. Bears would line up for a chip shot field goal, and you see it, it's up, and it is good. 17-10 was your score at the half. Let's check out your final from Bill Washington Stadium. Madison Academy goes on to win 24-16. So next week, Plainview will take on St. John Paul II, while Madison Academy will take on Westminster Christian. All right, everyone, and don't forget that you need to tell a friend to download the Fox 54 Plus app on their Fire Stick, their Roku, and Apple TV. And, of course, over in Limestone County, the Athens Golden Eagles, well, they hosted a big achievement before their game tonight against Decatur High School. That's right, they're commemorating 50 years of playing football at Athens Stadium. The Eagles faithful celebrating the massive milestone ahead of kickoff before Decatur. That included speeches from former members of the team and former head coach Larry McCoy. A lot of former players and children of former players and coaches were on hand for the event. Former Golden Eagle coach Jimmy Woodruff says they wanted to do something special for 5 decades of accolades.
I think that the vision that Coach McCoy had to build a stadium of this magnitude and this size back in the day, in 1975, it seemed to be a large stadium. We supported that stadium at that time, but now with the growth and with the involvement in football, it's the kind of stadium we need. It's the size stadium we need. With the program under Coach Cody Gross right now being so solid and so wonderful, we just need it. So it's a great stadium, and it has survived the test of time.
All right, now the game afterward, it was all Athens. Athens goes on to beat Decatur tonight by a final of 49-20. Next week, Athens will take on Russellville in the black and gold affair, while Decatur, they've got a bye. All right, Region title was on the line tonight in the shows as Hartselle took on Muscle Shoals. These two have played some classic games. Hartselle Tigers taking the road trip to take on the Trojans. Tigers start with the ball here. Noah Lee going deep to Marcus Tapscott, and Tapscott hauls in the huge catch right there deep in Trojans territory. Later in the drive, the Tigers knocking on the door. It'll be Carter Lee who pushes through and gets into the end zone for a touchdown, and it's Hartselle taking a 7-0 lead over their rivals from the shows. Ensuing kickoff. You know, when we say these two words, something big is about to happen. Christian Pritchard, he's going to bobble the ball at first. That gets Hartselle's guys out of their lanes, which is never a good thing because it works in the favor of a guy like Pritchard. He's going to cut through those lanes and check him out. He's going to pick it up, and he gets the path all the way to the end zone. Trojans answer right back on the ensuing kickoff. Now, Trojans with the ball again. It'll be Anderson Flippo with a run on third down, and he will get close, but he will eventually step out of bounds for the Trojans. But hey, they're still looking good in the red zone. Trojans would get 3 points and take a 10-7 lead. Muscle Shoals gets the ball again. It's Cade Clemens looking, well, I'm going to jump ahead of myself. There's the field goal right there, everyone, to make it 10-7. Now, Muscle Shoals, they've got the ball again. It's their quarterback, Cade Clemens. He looks deep, and he's going to find Jaquez Green for a 56-yard touchdown. He's got nothing but green space and opportunity in front of him on that one. Muscle Shoals led 17-10 at that point. Another barn burner between these two teams goes in the favor of Muscle Shoals. Trojans go on to win by a final of 29-28. Next week, Hartselle will take on Mortimer Jordan, while Muscle Shoals will take on Austin in a battle of region champs. Out in Fort Payne tonight, the Wildcats have already clinched their region crown. Tonight, they just look for another victory against Lee to build momentum late in the season. Already up 14-0, Dax Warnerdor throws in the flags, and Brandon Oliver stretches across to get the touchdown with the pylon. Extra point was good. 21-0 already. Second quarter, Wildcats add to that lead. Connor Hughes, 35-yard field goal. It is up, and it is true, making it 24-0. More special teams for Fort Payne. Levi Crow comes untouched, blocks the punt. Hunter Goza is there to recover for a Wildcats touchdown. They now add to their lead, making it 31-0. Final play of the first half, 47-yard attempt by Hughes. It is up, and it is very, 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 very good. Fort Payne on top, 34-0 as they run into the locker room, as you see right there, and they cruise tonight by a final of 55-13. Next week, Lee will take on Huntsville High School, while Fort Payne, they'll take on Pelham. All right, coming up next, we'll take a break from the action and give you another inside look at the Alabama A&M Marching Maroon and White Band. And after that, Jordan will hook us up with this.
Across North Alabama, Southern Middle Tennessee, as we head into the weekend, we're talking about a cold front across North Alabama, Southern Middle Tennessee. It could bring a little bit of rain to the area. We'll discuss that in great detail here in a little bit.
Whataburger's new Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double.
Sounds like a 5-alarm fire.
Not really, Frank. The jalapeno cream cheese, jalapeno ranch, and pickled jalapenos give it a pleasant heat.
So like a 4-alarm?
Nope. It's a delicious controlled blaze.
Like a little kitty stuck in a tree alarm.
Nah, hotter than that. Let's say the 2.5 alarm Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double. I think the pole's broken.
New Whataburger Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double. It's just a little hot.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 sports-xtra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
You're not a number or a diagnosis. You're a person with unique health needs. And you deserve a community pharmacy that provides personalized care and budget-friendly prices. We're here to help you reach your health goals so you can feel your best and keep doing what you love. Visit us and experience the difference your Community Health Mart pharmacy can make. Here, we take the time to listen and care.
Joint pain doesn't have to be a part of aging. If you long for the days of being more physically active, Regenesis can help.
Regenesis is a medical facility focused on regenerative medicine. Much of what we do is help folks heal their joints so they don't have to face joint replacement and keep them healthy along into the twilight years.
Free yourself of joint pain with Regenesis Gold Standard Stem Cell Therapy. Call or click today to make your appointment with Dr. Charles Lee.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
Hey, good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We're heading into the final weekend of October across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, though in many cases, it is not at all going to feel like it. We're going to attempt to change that, though. Looks like a cold front is going to move through our neck of the woods as we head into the weekend. It is going to bring a small opportunity for rain and a slight increase in the amount of cloud cover. Here's Futurecast as we head into the middle part of Saturday morning. There's that slight increase in the amount of cloud cover, but notice almost everybody is dry. But a couple of isolated showers attempt to build their way into the area as we head into the lunch hour. Most of us are going to stay dry, but a couple of isolated to widely scattered showers certainly can't be ruled out through Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Don't get your hopes up, though, for any sort of measurable rainfall. Those that do get rain, it's only going to be a quick little sprinkle. And again, the rest of us are going to be dry. We're dry as we head into the lunch hour on Sunday afternoon. Looks like we stay dry through Sunday afternoon and then as we head into Sunday evening. 80 degrees on Saturday, a little bit cooler, but still well above where we should be this time of year. Sunday looks quite nice, a mostly sunny sky, temperature sitting in the mid-70s. Got a high right around 77 degrees. Now, I want you to keep in mind that the average high temperature for this time of year is right around 72 or 73 degrees. The next 7 days look like this. There's your weekend, 80, 77. Lower 80s Monday and Tuesday of next week, 81 on Wednesday, 82 next Thursday. Next Thursday is, of course, Halloween. We sit in the upper 70s as we head into next Friday. Next Friday is, of course, November 1st. Again, the average high temperature at around 72 or 73 degrees. We are absolutely nowhere near that. Please have a great weekend.
Thank you, Jordan. There's nothing like band culture. At Alabama A&M University, without question, band culture is part of the HBCU experience. The Marching Maroon and White, made up of some 200-plus members, are getting ready for a big performance, Honda's Battle of the Bands in L.A. I caught up with two of them. Here's a listen to their excitement and a peek at their preparation. The Marching Maroon and White's reach goes far beyond the home of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. You can catch them out here or in there. Their sound carries. And for nearly 135 years. Pretty soon, the oldest HBCU marching band in the country will take their talents to the West Coast.
In February, we will be going to California. Yes, for the Honda Battle of the Bands.
Next year's battle will be at the SoFi Stadium. It'll be hosted by celebrity Nick Cannon, who also starred in the marching band classic Drumline.
You can't be in the band that haven't seen Drumline.
Junior saxophone player Taylor Hameen is eager to take on the challenge.
It's gonna come before we know it for sure, but we're all very excited. We're preparing hard, long, hard hours. It is very tense, it's very hard, it's very grueling sometimes, but the battles and stuff are always fun, and the games and stuff are always fun. So yeah, learning new music is really fun.
Hameen says being a member of the band is great in more ways than one.
We're all just coming here for each other. We're all coming here because we know that this is greater than us. We know that this is bigger than us.
We meet another marching band member, Junior Nathaniel Glenn.
I play the mellophone. It's like in between the baritone and the trumpet. So it's like the big brother to the saxophone. So I think of like the brass version of a saxophone is what the mellophone is.
He's been playing musical instruments almost all of his life. Glenn joined the Marching Maroon and White his freshman year, and he keeps coming back.
My freshman class that I came in with, and even the people who I meet now, the band directors, they really have the best interest and heart for you.
Glenn says he learns camaraderie and life lessons too.
The band teaches you more than just how to play music. It teaches you how to be on time, teaches you how to pack, teaches you how to have expectations.
As for the upcoming battle at SoFi Stadium,
we ready to come with it. We're going to come hard, come straight. The Marching White Show Band staff is not to be played with. Don't underestimate us because we're going to come and show you something brand new. I'm very excited.
And I'm excited for them. And the marching band has a pre-battle this weekend, the Magic City Classic in Birmingham. Tomorrow, the Marching Maroon and White will battle it out against ASU's mighty Marching Hornets during halftime. May the best band win. Over to you, Mo.
All right, thank you so much, Kanish. And of course, you can catch that game live on ESPNU on tomorrow. Simon Williams will have your highlights of that game tomorrow evening right here on Fox 54. Late news at 9 and also on sports-xtra on Sunday evening. Now, of course, Friday nights on Fox 54 are all about football, from the biggest college action of the weekend all the way down to the smallest high schools here in the region. We've got you covered even with six-man football. That's right, they do play six-man football here in the Yellowhammer State. The Alabama Christian Athletic Association sponsors 6- and 8-man football, and one North Alabama team made it all the way to the state championship. We're talking about Pineview Christian Academy from Harvest, Alabama. In their third year in existence, they're 8-0 going into last night's game, looking to end the year with a state championship. Warriors took on First Assembly Christian of Ashland. And the Warriors get to work early. William Pomeroy rolls out, throws it over to Skylar Bearland, and he's into the end zone for a score, 7-0 with the PAT, about 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. After forcing a turnover on down, Warriors get the ball back. Noah Jarrett, look at the big man, rumbling through the middle of the line and into the end zone for a score, but the extra point was blocked, making it 13-0. First Assembly Christian second drive now. They get their longest play from scrimmage thus far. It'll be Jonah Amerson, and he takes the pitch on the reverse, and he cuts across the field, picks up about 50 yards, and a score right there, making it 13-6. Next drive, though, it'll be Noah Jarrett once again showing his skills, this time as a receiver. Watch as he snags the flare right there, and he gets into the end zone. The big fella in with the score. Extra point is good. It is now 20-6, 2:05 to go in the first. Warriors get the ball back once again, forcing a fumble deep in Wildcats territory. First play of the next possession, it's Pomeroy taking the snap, and it gets the great block, and he jukes out a bunch of DBs, gets in the end zone for a score. Pineview Christian rolls on to a huge victory on Thursday night. Let's check out your final score from that state championship game. The final score from Alumni Field in Gunnersville, Pineview Christian thumps First Assembly Christian by a final of 71-39. The Warriors complete a perfect season and a 9-0 record, the last of which comes with a state championship. This is their second state title in 3 seasons. Let's hear from head coach Roger Hollins.
I'm so proud of these guys. It's their 4th year together with these seniors. They have been eligible for the playoffs all 4 years. They've won 2 state championships now, and I can't be proud of this team. Hit in the mouth a couple times, and our kids responded and played their hearts out. Had a lot of kids hurt. We'd encourage anybody that has an athletic son, wants to play with us, come and join us, and with a good program.
Congratulations to them once again. Let's head out to Ardmore. West Point was at the border tonight taking on those Ardmore Tigers. Ardmore will get it going in the first half. It'll be QB Alex King. Watch using his arm streak, and he gets over to Keaton Jones. He's going to come right there in your living room. Keaton Jones makes a great grab over 2 defenders right there, but he is brought down shortly after the catch. Then it'll be Alex King showing off that arm strength again. He'll find Skylar Jean, and he will shake off the pressure. And guess what? He's going to take it to the house, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Ardmore Black and Gold Tigers right there. Extra point was good, too, making it 7-0. Later on, it's Alex King once again, and this time he will hand it off to Xavion Hawthorne. And Hawthorne's going to make some shifty moves against West Point's defense. As you see him right there, break a couple of tackles. He will not go down. And look at him. He's still going down the sideline right there. And guess what? He's going to take it all the way home for 6. Ardmore gets another touchdown, but their PAT was blocked, so they only lead 13-0. Tigers trying to, get into the playoffs, everyone, and this will definitely help. They go on to win by a final score of 27-13. Next week, West Point will take on Brewer, while Ardmore will take on their rivals from right down the road in Elkmont. Colbert County, the Indians taking on Sheffield tonight. It was 14-7 with a few minutes to go in the first half. Check out this incredible grab right there. David Dahl throws to Zyquan Horton over the shoulder, and he gets 1 foot inbounds, first down for Sheffield. Amazing grab right there. Unfortunately, that drive would go nowhere. Then DeMarcus Beckwith getting in on the sack right here, and that's really how we ended the first half of play. So let's go to the third quarter. Indians, they would get the ball to start the third quarter, and there you see the halftime show. QB Brandon Thornton going up the middle for a run, and he will set up Colbert County with a first down. Very next play, another big run coming. It's time by Kayshawn Jones, and he'll pick up first down yardage for the Indians. Look at him just dragging defenders. He will not go down. Shows you that he works in the weight room, not only throughout the offseason, but during the end season as well. Sheffield forces 4th and long situation. Thornton taking his time, and he finds Hayes in the end zone. Nice turnaround grab, back shoulder throw there. Indians now lead 21-7. Bulldogs with the ball. It'll be Skylar Johnson, and he'll come up with a very, very good run, as you'll see right here on your television screen, to set up Sheffield with a very good field position. Later in the drive, it'll be Dahl finding Jake McBride, and he will get some help as he will be pulled into the end zone for a score. Exciting game out there in the shows, everybody. Let's check out your final score from the shows as Colbert County goes on to win by a final score of 42-21. Now, next week, Colbert County, they will have a bye. Sheffield will take on Shoals Christian. Let's not go anywhere. Let's keep this real quick. I want to tell y'all something about Colbert County. Man, Colbert County, they have now made their 48th playoff appearance. 48 times they have been to the playoffs. They have made the playoffs 45 of the last 47 seasons. What an achievement by Colbert County, especially with getting the victory tonight over Sheffield. Back to the action now, everyone. Let's head south to Arab, and it was Arab taking on Boaz in this crazy region. We'll tell you why this is so crazy once we get out of these highlights. Now, following a great kickoff, it is Drew Pucio rolling right and finds Landon Strickland upfield for a nice long gain. Later on, it is 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Pucio fakes the handoff and then dives over the middle, but he didn't make it. Yes. Wait. Did he? Yep, the official says he does. Just a late call right there. So Arab takes a 7-0 lead. Just kept us on our toes right there, everybody. Now the Arab steward body definitely happy about that. Midway through the second quarter, after another long drive, it'll be Pucio elects to keep it himself. And this time he's able to muscle his way across the goal line. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but man, he turns those legs like he is 220 pounds right there. 14-0, Arab now on top. However, the Pirates, they would answer back just 3 minutes later. Boaz marches down the field. Tristan Childers takes it up the gut for a score that cuts into the lead, making it 14-7 Arab. Now let's take a look at your final score as Boaz comes back and scores a victory over Arab by a final score of 31-21. Next week, Boaz will take on Aniana, while Arab will take on Priceville. Other scores from that region, Gunnersville, no problem with Douglas tonight, making it 42-0. Remember when I said this was crazy? So in that region, Boaz, Gunnersville, and Scottsboro all have one region loss. So tiebreakers will be interesting on this one. We'll have to tell you how this all works out come next week. Speaking of next week, Douglas takes on Geraldine, while Gunnersville will take on Albertville in one of the oldest rivalries in the entire state. All right, we'll be right back with the wrapping up of this show.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Get the latest scoop on Bama straight from the coach's mouth. Stream the Kalen DeBoer Show anytime on Fox 54 Plus, live, local, and always on.
Joint pain doesn't have to be a part of aging. If you long for the days of being more physically active, Regenesis can help.
Regenesis is a medical facility focused on regenerative medicine. Much of what we do is help folks heal their joints so they don't have to face joint replacement and keep them healthy along into the twilight years.
Free yourself of joint pain with Regenesis Gold Standard Stem Cell Therapy. Call or click today to make your appointment with Dr. Charles Lee.
You're not a number or a diagnosis. You're a person with unique health needs. And you deserve a community pharmacy that provides personalized care and budget-friendly prices. We're here to help you reach your health goals so you can feel your best and keep doing what you love. Visit us and experience the difference your Community Health Mart pharmacy can make. Here, we take the time to listen and care.
Whataburger's new Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double.
Sounds like a 5-alarm fire.
Not really, Frank. The jalapeno cream cheese, jalapeno ranch, and pickled jalapenos give it a pleasant heat.
So like a 4-alarm?
Nope. It's a delicious controlled blaze.
Like a little kitty stuck in a tree alarm.
Nah, hotter than that. Let's say the 2.5 alarm Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double. I think the pole's broken.
New Whataburger Bacon Blaze Jalapeno Double. It's just a little hot.
Sunday on Fox 54 and Fox 54 Plus, we've got even more sports debriefing for you. First, you can check out Sports-Xtra airing at 10 p.m. right behind Fox 54 News at 9. That will be followed by the man himself. That's Kalen DeBoer, the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. He'll break down this week's matchup of top 25 teams between Missouri and his Crimson Tide. After that, we'll have the Alabama A&M Football Review Show with head coach Connell Maynor. He and Ted Dixie, they'll recap the 83rd edition of the Magic City Classic, a place Simon Williams is about to go home and go to sleep and prepare for with that one. And of course, we'll find out how that all went down. Make sure that you're watching us on air or online, and also remember, there are many ways to watch Fox 54, especially with Fox 54 Plus. If you're so inclined to stick around with us on Fox 54 Plus into the wee hours of the night, and we hope you are, the Fox 54 Plus original series Week in Review is coming up next as a recap of all the local stories we covered over the last 7 days right here on your favorite channel. That's followed by the SEC Roundtable edition of Locked on Bama, and then encores of your favorite programs like you're watching right now, First Down Friday night. And of course, if you don't have Fox 54 Plus already, or maybe you're watching us on the website or at a friend's house, make sure you get that mobile app. Get it on your Roku, get it on your Apple TV, get it on your Fire Stick. It's the real deal, everyone, and you can just watch us in a multitude of ways. Visit our website, fox54.com, for information on how to download it on your smart TV. Kanisha did a really, really good job of breaking that down. Now, here's the rest of your scores from Week 9. Everyone, of course, each week we bring you great coverage of high school football games like you've been seeing throughout this entire program from in and around North Alabama. We also recognize outstanding performances with our weekly First Down Friday Night MVP Award. This week we head to South Huntsville. Nick Kuzma caught up with our newest recipient.
Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 11 tackles on defense, all in a day's work for Randolph senior Graham Beatty.
I woke up, I felt good. The team felt good. We practiced good all week. When we were going into the game, we wanted to beat those guys pretty bad. We knew we were a good team, and we wanted to show up.
And show up the Raiders did, blowing out Madison County 49-14 and moving to 6-0 in 4A Region 8 play, setting up a late season battle with North Jackson with first place on the line.
Just trying to play our best football. We want to come out and practice and prepare every day, and we know the opponent we've got coming at us on Friday, and traveling up there, man, it's such a tough place to play. The environment there at R.D. Hicks Stadium and Stevenson.
For Graham Beatty's efforts against Madison County, he's been named our First Down Friday Night MVP of the Week, which is brought to you by Whataburger. It's the second time he's won this award. He earned it following a 4-touchdown performance in Week 9 of last season.
The thing that he puts an importance on is serving others, doing his best, playing his best, competing his best for the guys around him. He wants his team to win. So I'm not shocked that he would want to go into the military. I think that speaks volumes for him and what he wants to do, and it's true to his character.
Like Coach Lloyd alluded to, Beatty is leaning towards joining the military after high school, meaning he may not have many snaps left to play. Here's how he's trying to embrace the moment.
Since I'm coming down to the last few games of my senior year and just my football career in general, I'm really making sure I soak up all the enjoyment and the fun and the teamwork and everything that goes along with it.
Congrats to Graham Beatty. He's our First Down Friday Night MVP of the week. In Huntsville, I'm Nick Kuzma, Fox 54 Sports.
All right, did you see a great performance this week? If so, then nominate that player for our First Down Friday Night MVP of Week 9. Send us an email, news@fox54.com, or you can head over to the MVP section on the sports page on fox54.com. It's a simple process. Player's name, player's school, their position, and their stats from what they did in their most recent game. Of course, the award is sponsored by Whataburger. Oh, man, we have finally come to an end of a special edition of First Down Friday Night. Of course, we have the World Series going on regular Fox 54, followed by Big Ten football, USC and Rutgers. So we appreciate you checking us out here on Fox 54 Plus. Had a whole lot of fun this evening. A lot of things going down over the weekend. Don't forget, Magic City Classic is tomorrow. Alabama A&M taking on Alabama State. As I mentioned, Simon Williams, he left Stevenson, and now he's on his way to Birmingham for that big battle. We'll have highlights of that. We'll have highlights of Auburn versus Kentucky. We'll have highlights of Alabama versus Missouri. And, of course, we'll find out how UNA does against Central Arkansas. You see those highlights not only right here on Fox 54 on Saturday, you also see it on Fox 54 Sports-Xtra on Sunday evening. I want to thank the entire crew for helping us out, and also thank you for staying up late with us on a special edition of Fox 54's First Down Friday Night on Fox 54 Plus. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next time for Week 10 action.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Whataburger, your community health mart pharmacy, and Regenesis.